Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. And to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. As I'm sitting here in my car thinking about another show, I just look at the headlines. It's going to be like a headline show real quick through the spirit. This is amazing right here. First headline that I noticed: investors filed class action suit against Robinhood over GameStop stank suppression. Because yesterday in the market, I guess they closed down the market because GameStop, which is a video game, there was a lot of people was investing in it. It was making a lot of money. So Robinhood, which is the app itself, stopped. Because what's going on is what you people fail to understand. You know, brothers invest into some stocks. That's on you. Lord, may the Lord be with you. But people gotta understand, this man doesn't want to see you get rich. All right, and he's gonna prevent anything to get you rich. So I guess people got rich so quick, they had to stop it. Showing that there's that gap between the very rich and the very poor is real. All right. As I keep going, Obamacare is back. Biden signs executive order. Healthcare restates abortion funding. And hey, a lot of people said it. The Democrats are nothing but they care about his death. And why is that so goddamn important to reinstate abortion for? Because they want less people. How is it that you're trying to save lives? Supposedly you're trying to save lives, but yet you reinstate abortion. Isn't that kind of an oxymoron? All right, this man is a devil, man, and there's more to come, more of his things to come. But I'm gonna keep. It's just a whole bunch of headlines right here. Stealing millions of users, squad members, Taliban, AOC call for congressional hearing over Robinhood market manipulation. Wow. You know what that means? That means that Robinhood is not going to be longer available for us. All right. If you into stocks and bonds and so forth, and you're trying to make a little quick buck, they're about to take Robinhood from people because they see a lot of people are making the right moves, studying what they're doing, and this man's going to take that from you. So they're going to leave you dead broke, dead poor. It says stocks for me, but not for thee. Reddit explained the stock market is problematic, but if a Democrat does it, no problem. There's another one. This is all headlines, man. Like being in prison, the grim reality of what you can expect from a stay in hotel quarantine. So basically in today's news, the rich is gonna stay continuously getting richer, and wicked laws, Esau is going to consistently pass, man. All right. It's the first scripture that is going to be quick because I wasn't expecting to do this through the spirit. But spirit always, when you want something, you just dig, you just ask a little, you ask and the Lord give it to you. I already get it here. James 5:1, it says, "Go to now, ye rich men, and weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten." And as soon as people started to pick up what Esau is doing, this is exactly what happened at the time of Prohibition. All right, Prohibition was a golden opportunity for a lot of poor people to get into that upper rich class. If I'm not mistaken, Joe Kennedy, that's how he got to the part of the elites, because he was a bootlegger. All right, a bootlegger that was selling liquor at the time, which is the most dumbest shit that you got. This man has literally killed hundreds, thousands of people over creating liquor. This is the same man that put in prison and shot up and killed a whole bunch of people for selling coke I'm not going to talk about crack, because crack was made for Negroes, but also for selling weed. Okay? Then turns around many years later, after he ruined so many lives, and try to make it legal. These are the same people, man. Their judgment is corrupted, man. Esau is a corrupt man to the T. He passes unmerciful laws on the people, and tell them they have to abide by those laws, but they themselves don't abide by those laws, and then turn around and slaughter a whole bunch of people by his laws. Okay? Matter of fact, I'm saying it. I was going to get it anyway. Isaiah 10:1, and I'm going to jump down. Say, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey. And that's what they did. The whole welfare system. Okay, when I believe it was not Nixon. I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson created the welfare system. And then when Reagan came along, Reagan changed the welfare system where people had to go out there and work and so forth. And people might say, well, that's a good thing. However, the majority of people that are on welfare is so-called white people. Okay? Which they don't tell you that. So they take away the poor from the people and put them in a situation where, in order to have welfare, you have to take away the father out of the household. So the man can't go out there, can't be a provider for his family, because the system is allowing him to, it's giving his family assistance. And some people say that's good. Well, if the man can't provide for his family and is kicked out the house, the mother raised a child. And what happens when the mother raises a child? All hell breaks loose. All right? Pandemonium and so forth. And that's what we see. We see a generation of people that was grow up without a father, because this man passed laws to take away the father out the household. Strategically did that. To leave the family vulnerable. To take away the concept of a family. All right? Because what? When the man goes out there to look for a job, he's getting a low-paying job because he don't have the education or so forth. So there's a lot of holes in this man's story when he's trying to shit on Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, saying that they this, they that to the third. Because when men actually try to do it, you preventing them to do it by giving them nonsense. Then you have the property taxes, and you have, like here in the city, everything's sky high. So how are you supposed to get by if your apartment is $2,000 and you're getting paid $7, $7.25 an hour? Now, I'm just talking about now. But back then it was a lot cheaper, but the pay that the people was getting was no pay. And they passed these stupid laws to prevent people from doing what they got to do. So now the opportunity of getting rich by doing it legally, by stocks and bonds, buying whatever you can, putting your money invested. Now they're saying, nope, you can't do that. This man is the wicked, man. It says that the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will you do in the day of visitation, in desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. And it's stretched out to who? Israel. Alright? But I'm going to come back to this chapter because it's going to fit right perfectly with James. I'm going to try to make this short. James 5:3. Your gold and your silver are cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped up treasures together for the last days. And that's what Esau is doing. He is so cheap. Now, the American Edomites are so goddamn cheap. You have the Canadian Edomites all these other Edomites around the world giving their citizens $2,000 free of cost, okay, which is really their money to live off while they keep them quarantined. Here in America, just to get anything, supposed to be the greatest nation in the world, they don't want to give you nothing. And as soon as you try to make business of your own, you try to do things as a man, here it is, this man is taking away all the things that you need to provide for yourself. Okay? This is all witness against him, and that fire is going to be that nuclear fire, man. Because how you got those gold and silver? He got it by corruption. Okay? He got it by stealing, robbing and stealing, taking this land, man. All right? It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. And who's the laborers? It's talking about us, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All of us that got to work for this man's system. All right? When we cry out, when we see our check gets robbed, we cry out to the Lord. The Lord hears it, man. Yahushua hears it. And he is not pleased with these damn devils, man. He's not pleased at all. Okay? Matter of fact, the Lord is setting it up so that way we could get our vengeance on these people, man. It says, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which is Yahushua. That's why the Yahushua is going to allow us to do what needs to be done to get our vengeance. Amos 9 and 12, it says, 13. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper and the trotter of the grapes, him that soweth the seed, and the mountains shall drip with sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt from that fire. But the plowman is going to overtake the reaper. Okay? There's going to be a change of a guard, man, by violence. You trying to prevent people from getting having the same riches of you. The people is going to turn, man. Job 20, I believe it's 22. We'll go straight to the point. Job 20 and 22. And the fullness of his sufficiency, we're talking about when he think he's about to crown his entrepreneur, his crowning achievement, his new world order, Slakia, he shall be in straits, meaning have a difficult time. He's gonna have a very difficult time when that time comes. It says, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that word wicked is talking about, I believe it's amal, laborer, sufferer, wretched one. Labor, worker, sufferer, toiling. So people that's you've been screwing over all these years are going to get their hands on you, man. Rightfully so, all right? Yahushua is going to he's going to allow this to happen. James, back in James 5 and 4. Right. 5 and 5. It said, you have lived in pleasure on the earth and been on wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Now I go back to Isaiah 10. 10, I believe it's 20? I could be wrong. Isaiah 10 and 14. Yep. No, it's 13. For he said, by the strength of my hand have I done it, and by my wisdom, for I'm prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people and robbed their treasures, and have put down the inhabitants like a violent man. Meaning he overcame everything. He overcame all the odds. All right, that's the day of slaughter. That's how he got this land. He didn't get it from voting. He got it from slaughtering of Gad, Reuben, Judah, okay, Benjamin, Levi, Zebulun, Ephraim, Simeon, okay, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, Asher, Issachar, okay, Naphtali. That was the days of the slaughter when he took down our people. And it says, and my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, as one gather eggs that are left. I have gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened their mouth or peeped. So in his heart, he believed that he had a flawless victory over everything. This is why he does not want to have you Negroes even close to him by any means, man. He don't want the poor to come out of poverty. He wants the poor to stay poor. There's only going to be two classes of people, and that's going to be the very rich and the very poor. And that's why it says in Revelations, the 13th chapter, why it says rich and poor. It didn't say no middle class and none of that. It's just two classes of people. And that's what he's doing right now. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith, or shall the sword magnify itself against him that shaketh it, as if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as if there were no wood. So can something that's created do something without the person that's willing it? No. It's the Lord that's allowing you to do that. So that for that day of slaughter, man. And I'm going back to James. I'm going to end it off 5 and 7, I believe. No, 6. You have condemned and killed the just, and he do not resist you. So you law-abiding citizens in Esau's system that did what he said, do all the good acts that he told you to do, pay your taxes and so forth. He had nothing but remorse and evil towards you. You did not resist, right? All of us became law-abiding citizens. Yet he slaughtered us, man. He did us dirty. So what the Lord is going to do? He's going to do him dirty, and he's going to ultimately destroy America. And I'm going to end it off on this. It said, be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Meaning Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is waiting for the prophecies to be fulfilled. And the prophecies right now, it's looking like it's it. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is about to make his act against Esau, Edom, for all the wicked acts they have done unto us. So with that being said, I hope you brothers edify. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.